Good morning, Reef. Today is Monday. Mercury has got to be the most underrated planet in our solar system. It is the closest planet to the Sun, with it being around 36 million miles away from the Sun, and it has a diameter of 3,031 miles across and a circumference of 9,525 miles around. It also is extremely hot, with the average surface temperature being around 333 degrees Fahrenheit, with the side facing the Sun being around 800 degrees Fahrenheit, and the side facing away from the Sun being around negative 290 degrees Fahrenheit. Mercury also rotates extremely slowly, taking around 59 Earth days to complete just one rotation. It also has extremely weak gravity compared to Earth, with it being around 38% of Earth's gravity, meaning that if you were to jump on Mercury, you would be able to jump around 5.2 feet, as compared to Earth, you would only be able to jump around an average of 18 inches. Although there is not an exact date of when Mercury was discovered, there are historical documents that date back to the 17th century of people observing Mercury, and the most notable people to observe Mercury during that time were astronomers like Galileo Galilei and Thomas Harriot, who notably observed that Mercury appeared to orbit around the Sun, which went against the Catholic Church's belief at the time that everything in the universe revolved around the Earth. The Mariner 10 probe was the first probe ever sent to study Mercury. It was launched on November 3rd of 1973 from Cape Canaveral in Florida. Its mission was to study both Venus and Mercury in a single mission, which no probe had ever done before. And once it was done studying Venus, it would use a gravity assist from the planet to slingshot itself to Mercury. And this made the Mariner 10 probe the first probe ever to use a gravity assist to reach another planet. And it arrived at Mercury on March 29th of 1974. During this mission, Mercury's atmosphere was studied, where it was found that Mercury has a very thin atmosphere of mostly hydrogen, oxygen, helium, potassium, and sodium. It also sent back many pictures of the desolate planet with its very cratered surface. I want to snort that mercury sand. The next notable probe sent to Mercury was the Messenger probe, or the Mercury Surface Space Environment Geochemistry and Ranger probe. Holy shit, that is a mouthful, and a horrific acronym. Which was launched from Cape Canaveral in Florida on August 3rd of 2004, and during its mission, it did 3 flybys of Mercury, once on January 14th of 2008, then on October 6th of 2008, and lastly on September 29th of 2009. During the mission, the Messenger probe studied Mercury's magnetic field, which it discovered was about 1% of Earth's, and its geological history. Speaking of geological history, this dumbass planet has been hit by millions of asteroids and comets over its history. This is due to the fact that Mercury has a very thin atmosphere compared to Earth, and it is not able to burn up many of the asteroids and comets that enter its gravity. So many of the asteroids and comets make it all the way down to the surface and create these huge craters. And these comets and asteroids made deep impacts into the surface of Mercury, which is mostly magnesium, potassium, sulfur, iron, and aluminum. But near the North Pole of Mercury, there is water ice, which was discovered by the Messenger probe on November 29th of 2012. It has also been found that Mercury's surface is very rich in carbon, and this, mixed with Mercury's high temperatures and high pressures just under the surface, could be the perfect conditions for diamonds to form just under the surface of Mercury. And the main theory being passed around at the moment is that Mercury could have a layer of diamonds just under the surface that is about 11 miles thick. Do not tell the billionaires. Moving on from just below the surface of Mercury to Mercury's other layers, we have Mercury's mantle, its outer core, and inner core. Mercury's mantle is made mostly of silicate rock and magnesium. The outer core is made of liquid iron, and Mercury's core is made of both liquid iron and solid iron. This is due to the fact that Mercury's core has sulfur in spots throughout its core, and this lowers the melting point of iron, so some spots have solid iron and some are liquefied iron. And this core is responsible for Mercury's very weak magnetic field. In more recent Mercury news, the Bepi-Colombo mission, which is a joint mission between the European Space Agency and the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency, which was launched on October 20th of 2018, has the goals of studying Mercury's magnetic field, its heavily cratered surface, and its North Pole. The Bepi-Colombo spacecraft has done 6 flybys of Mercury, first on October 1st of 2021, then on June 23rd of 2022, next on June 19th of 2023, and on September 4th and December 1st of 2024, and lastly on January 8th of 2025. It will land on Mercury sometime in November of 2026 and will begin operation sometime in the first quarter of 2027. On the surface, Mercury may seem like a hot, desolate planet with no real interesting features, but I assure you, if you just look under the surface, Mercury is an absolutely fascinating planet. Reef, I will see you later.